Royal Day. Hope all is well. Abundance, 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 abundance. Cosmic Mind UV. God damn it. Oh, man, you already know. Finish it for us. It's where they need to be. The agenda to destroy the copper tone, melanated, black, young youth, male, boy, etc. I don't like the word boy, but young youth, male. I did a part 1, however, for some reason, only 16 minutes of it completed. So here we are, to go ahead and get that one knocked out. And then we have a multiplicity of other topics coming up. Once again, make sure you're here for the live stream / interview with For the Love of Polly, the young couple. Salute to them. You know what I'm saying? Check their stuff out and check their material out on Facebook or whatever. The number 4, The Love of Polly. The young couple will be on here March 28th, 7 p.m. Eastern. And make sure you come with your questions and things of that nature. Just cool out, enjoy the beat, and it's on repeat. And this gonna be sweet. So just make sure, pause, fellas. But yeah, just make sure, just cool out. Make sure you got some notes. Make sure you got your notebooks, whatever, pens or whatever. Whatever your devices, you take your notes in, and make sure you share this whenever you see it. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you put your notifications on. Make sure you donate to the platform. Gratitude in advance. Let me go share, and we'll get to it. The idea of an agenda to destroy black boys refers to systematic, institutional, and cultural forces that negatively impact the development, success, and well-being of melanated, copper-toned, black young youth males. While some view this as an intentional effort, others see it as a result of historical and ongoing neglect, discrimination, and structural boundaries. Below is an overview of key aspects of this issue. Okay, education system failures, school to prison pipeline, young youth males, black males are disproportionately suspended, expelled, and funneled into the juvenile justice system due to harsh disciplinary policies. Low expectations and mislabeling. Many young youth black males are placed in special education programs or diagnosed with behavioral disorders at high rates than their peers. Lack of cultural lack of culturally relevant educational knowledge, the absence of black history, and different, deeper portions of it, and role models in school curricula can contribute to identity crisis and disengagement, mass incarceration and criminalization, over policing and racial profiling. Young youth black males and men are more likely to be stopped, searched, and arrested by law enforcement. Harsh sentencing. Black males receive longer prison sentences than European counterparts for similar crimes. Juvenile justice disparities. Black youth are often treated more harshly by the legal system than other racial groups. Family and community breakdown. Single parent households, high incarceration rates, economic struggles, and social policies have contributed to the rise in single parent households, often leading young youth black males without strong male role models. Absentee fathers, parentheses, by force or circumstance. Many black fathers or indigenous copper-toned black fathers are removed from households due to mass incarcerations, economic disenfranchisement, or systematic boundaries to family stability. Intergenerational trauma, historical injustices, and economic oppressions have created cycles of struggle within the black families. Economic disenfranchisement, limited job opportunities. Black men face higher unemployment rates, however, wages and discrimination in hiring processes. Lack of wealth accumulation, generational poverty, and I got to do a show on that. Okay, let's see. Now, what did it say? Generational poverty and redefining redlining have prevented many black families from building and passing down wealth. Go see the show we did about the black towns and things of that nature and all of that. Exploitation in sports and entertainment. While young youth black males are often engaged, uh, encouraged to pursue sports and entertainment, they are not given equal support in STEM, business, or entrepreneurship. Media and cultural influence. Negative stereotypes. The media often portrays young youth black males as aggressive, hypersexual, and criminal, reinforcing negative perceptions. Most music and pop culture influence. Some elements of hip hop culture promote self-destructive behaviors, glorifying violence, materialism, and misogyny. Lack of positive representation. There are few there are excuse me, there are few mainstream images of young youth black males excelling in diverse fields outside of entertainment and sports. Okay. Mental health and identity crisis, PTSD and trauma. Many young youth black males grow up in environments with high exposure to violence, poverty, and instability, leading to untreated mental health issues, lack of mental health resources, stigma, and economic boundaries prevent young youth black males from accessing mental health care. Confusion about masculinity. Societal pressures often force young youth black males to adopt hyper masculine personas, or the other way, suppressing emotional growth and vulnerability. Solutions and ways forward. Strong mentorship and role models. Programs that connect young youth black males with successful men in various industries can change life trajectories. Cultural and historical education or knowledge. Teaching, because we did a show about knowledge versus education. So check that out. Teaching young youth black males about their true history, achievements, and potential helps build confidence and identity. Economic empowerment. Encouraging entrepreneurship, financial literacy, and trade skills can break cycles of poverty. Family and community rebuilding. Strengthening families, promoting responsible fatherhood, and creating community support systems can provide stability. Policy and systemic or whatever change. Addressing racial disparities in education or knowledge, policing, and employment can create long-term improvements. Conclusion. The challenges facing young youth black males are deeply rooted in history and reinforced by modern systems, whether viewed as an intentional agenda or as systematic neglect. The key to reversing these patterns lies in proactive community engagement, self-determination, and structural reform. Empowering young youth black males with knowledge, resources, the right knowledge and the correct knowledge, and the different levels of knowledge and opportunities is essential to changing the narrative and building a future where they can thrive. The systematic challenges facing young youth black males today have deep historical roots dating back centuries to slavery, colonization, and the structural racism that followed. The so-called agenda to destroy black boys, whether intentional or the result of long-standing oppression, developed over time through several key historical events, policies, etc. Here's an overview. Slavery and destruction of the black family, 1600s to 1800s, breaking the black man's role. Enslaved and African men were stripped of their traditional roles as protectors and providers. Slave owners often humiliated, tortured, or even killed strong male figures to weaken the family unit. Separation of families. The black families were systematically torn apart, with children sold away from their parents, breaking generational stability and disrupting the passing down of cultural values. Hyper criminalization. Enslaved black young youth males, black males and men were often seen as rebellious and faced extreme punishments, reinforcing the idea that black males were dangerous. Number two, post-slavery oppression and Jim Crow laws, 1865 to 1960s. The black codes and sharecropping. After slavery, laws were designed to keep black men economically dependent. Laws were designed to keep black men economically dependent. Many young youth black males were forced into labor under unfair contracts, limiting their knowledge and or education and opportunities. Lynching and racial terrorism. White supremacist groups like the KKK targeted black men and young youth black males with violence and instill fear and prevent social and economic advancement. Mass incarceration begins. The 13th Amendment abolished slavery except as punishment for a crime. This loophole was exploited to arrest and imprison black men for minor offenses, keeping them in forced labor systems. The destruction of black wealth and educational knowledge, the 1900s to 1970s. Black Wall Street massacres, and we did a show on the Black Towns, Oscarville, etc. And even up to currently, they're fucking with them too. So go check that show out. Make sure you share this, make sure you subscribe, make sure you turn on your notifications so you can know when I'm going live here. And make sure you share this. Let's see. Prosperous black communities such as Tulsa's Black Wall Street were destroyed by white European mobs, preventing generational wealth. Segregation and educational inequity. Young youth black males were denied access to quality schools, keeping them trapped in cycles of poverty, or towns were flooded or some shit like that, or other shit, so then you forced them to go to this other shit. COINTELPRO and the attack on black leadership. The government, through the FBI, targeted black leaders like Malcolm X and Black Panthers, dismantling movements that sought to uplift black men and young youth black males, or copper tone, indigenous, original males, whatever have you. The war on drugs, and mass incarceration, 1970s to present. The 1970s and 1980s war on drugs policies under President Nixon, and that's who took the mineral and the gold standard off of money. So now just it's the bullshit now. And Reagan disproportionately targeted black communities, leading to the mass incarceration of black men. This strikes, three strikes laws and harsh sentences. Young youth black males and men receive longer sentences for minor drug offenses compared to European counterparts. Police brutality and over policing. The criminal justice system increasingly targeted young youth, black youth, normalizing the idea that young youth black males were criminals from a young age. Number 5, the attack on black fatherhood and family structure, welfare system and family disintegration. Government policies in the 1960s to the 1990s provided financial assistance to single mothers, but penalized them if a father was in the household. This discouraged family stability. Media stereotypes, the rise of negative portrayals of black men as criminals, absentee fathers, or hypersexualized figures reinforce damaging narratives, and the homosexual narrative also. But lack of positive role models, as more black men were incarcerated or economically disenfranchised. Young males had fewer positive examples of leadership and success. Number 6, modern day educational and no knowledge and economic disparities. School to prison pipeline, we went over that. Limited economic opportunities and cultural degradation. So this was to learn some trades, learn some skills, learn other trades. Look on YouTube, just learn other trades and skills, and the natural skills and talents you already have. Help the youth harness those skills. Conclusion: how to break the cycle. While these challenges have historical roots that are not insurmountable, solutions include restoring black fatherhood and family unit, building interdependent schools and education programs or knowledge programs, strengthening economic empowerment and entrepreneurship, encouraging political and community leadership, providing mentorship and mental health support for young youth black males. The gender destroyed black boys have, The gender destroyed black young youth males has been centuries in the making, but reversing it requires community-driven solutions, self-determination, and a commitment to rebuilding strong black families, economics, and institutions. The black women have played both a victim and a key role, both positive and negative, in the historical and systemic challenges of the young youth black male faces. Their role is complex, shaped by centuries of oppression, economic pressures, social engineering, and survival strategies. Here's the breakdown. The number 1, the impact of systematic oppression on black women, forced adoption, and survival mode. Black women have historically been forced to take on dual roles as caregivers and providers due to mass incarceration, economic struggles, and the deliberate dismantling of the black family culture. Welfare policies and government interventions. Policies from the 1960s to 1990s, such as welfare benefits that encouraged having a man in the household, discouraged having a man in the household, led to black women raising children alone while not their fault. This contributed to fatherless homes, trauma, and unhealed wounds. Generations of black women or indigenous copper tone black women have had to endure abuse, economic hardships, and emotional burdens, which can sometimes lead to strained relationships with their sons and male partners. Unintentional role in the destruction of young youth black males. Single motherhood and the absence of fathers. Many black women have had to raise young youth black males alone due to systemic issues, mass incarceration, economic hardships, and lack of marriageable black men. That's what we were saying. This what we were saying is, while many mothers do their best, the absence of a father or father figure can create emotional and psychological gaps in a young youth black male's development. And girl too, we gonna get on that. You know what I'm saying? We did a show on that. The single mothers, some single mothers overwhelmed by survival mode. Some single mothers overwhelmed by survival mode may unintentionally emasculate their sons, teaching them to be passive or overly dependent rather than strong, assertive leaders. Feminization of the young youth black male. In households where there are strong male role models, some young youth black boys, males are raised with more feminine traits, lacking the masculine energy needed for leadership and self-confidence. Some mothers, not all, may discourage their sons from expressing masculinity in a way that society deems quote-unquote toxic, leading to men who are unsure of their identity and roles, reinforcing negative stereotypes of black men. Some black women, shaped by media and personal experience, adapt negative views of black men, passing those views down to their sons. The quote-unquote no good black man narrative creates a cycle of distrust between black men and women, which damages the development of young youth black males. Choosing poor role models. Some women may unknowingly expose their sons to destructive male figures such as toxic boyfriends, gang members, or emotionally unavailable men, in parentheses, reinforcing negative patterns. So single mothers, that's what I'm saying. If you out here in the dating game, like, please be choosing wisely, because it's that father figure, male figure, whatever the type of figure it's gonna be. But yeah, doing all of that, yeah, man. The powerful role of black women. The powerful role of black women in saving young youth black males, providing unmatched love and nurturing. Many black mothers, Coppertone, Indigenous, etc., go above and beyond to provide and protect their sons despite odds. Now that can be, a strong, loving black mother can instill confidence, resilience, and discipline in her son, preparing him for the challenges ahead, rebuilding the black family unit, encouraging healthy relationships with black men, and fostering strong family structures can reverse many negative trends. Working together with strong black men as partners, co-parents, and community leaders is key to strengthening the next generation. Encouraging knowledge of self and cultural pride, teaching young youth black males about their history, legacy, and greatness helps instill confidence and pride. Raising sons to be strong leaders, thinkers, and critical thinkers, and creative thinkers, and protectors rather than just entertainers and or athletes can change the trajectory of the community. Rejecting media narratives and negative influences, promoting positive images of black men instead of feeding into negative stereotypes can reshape how black boys see themselves. Supporting and encouraging their sons to pursue education, business, leadership, rather than falling into destructive patterns. And ladies, I know some people were irritated, or whomever was irritated, a little bit when I shared that video on the book, like the video, and I know it's a lot of, I don't know what event that was, but it was a bunch of black women or indigenous Copton women, and it's not to say, oh, well, look at how bad they look, because it's already in a public place. So, a bunch of people already saw it. You know what I'm saying? So it's just the thing of that's been going on for so long, like these public displays. Unfortunately, it makes it on video. You know what I mean? Whether it's at the Waffle House, whether it is at McDonald's, whether it's Is whether it's women fighting men, whether it's women, girls, teenagers, whatever, fighting each other. I mean, and it's just like big groups of them. And there's children there, it's elders there, it's police there. It's just like, what the fuck is going on? What do you do with that type of shit? What does any woman, any man, any couple, any counselor, what do you do with shit like that? In a public place, and yeah, I mean, really, man, like really, when I'm out and about, I see a lot of young girls amongst themselves and things, and some of the things when they are not, around their probably, parents or whoever, and then, who knows about the parents' influence, but conclusion, the power of Black women in shaping the future. While systemic or systematic oppression has forced many Black women into difficult roles, they have the power to break cycles and uplift young youth Black males. The key lies in restoring the Black family structure and working alongside Black men, not against them. Raising strong, disciplined, and knowledgeable sons who understand their worth, encouraging Black men's leadership, guidance, and protection instead of rejecting it. Black women have always been the backbone of the community, but the young youth Black male, for the young youth Black male to thrive, both Black men and women must come together in unity and purpose. The Black men play a critical role, both challenges and solutions surrounding the struggles of the young youth Black male. Of course, we went over the impact of systemic oppression. We went over the mass incarceration, the criminalization. We went over the economic disenfranchisement and job discrimination. We went over psychological and emotional trauma. We went over the negative role that some Black men play in the destruction of the young youth Black male, absentee fatherhood, and lack of guidance, participation in street culture and negative influences, the glorification of toxic masculinity, hyperaggression, materialism, and promiscuity leads young youth males, Black males, down dangerous paths. Broken relationships with Black women. Some Black men fail to provide emotional or financial support for the mothers of their children, creating household instability. And we all know there's a lot of other stuff going on with that too. But yeah, there's a lot of undermining and shit going on with that too. But yeah, poor relationship choices, infidelity, and lack of commitment further divide Black families, leading young youth Black males without strong family structures. The power of the Black men in saving the young youth Black male, being present as fathers and role models. A strong, loving, and disciplined father or father figure can change a boy's and young youth male's entire trajectory, teaching him confidence, responsibility, and self-respect. Teaching discipline, knowledge, and manhood. Instead of letting the streets or media discipline define masculinity, Black men must step up and as teachers and guides, rebuilding the Black family and strengthening Black women. Instead of blaming Black women for systematic struggles, men must take responsibility for their own actions and contribute to the households. So fellas, we gotta just go ahead and do what we can, man, for the ones that get it, and you know what I mean, the ones we can work with, and do what you can on your own, and just get with other brothers and co-op with other brothers, and get your stuff going, and the other stuff will follow. You know what I mean? Build it and they will come. You know what I mean? Building and maintaining strong families is key. Black men should actively work to support, protect, and uplift Black women and children. So we gotta uplift each other. You see what I'm saying? That's what we need to do. We gotta uplift each other. It's all effort on all sides. You feel me? fostering economic empowerment and knowledge, teaching financial literacy, entrepreneurship, and trades. Young youth black males ensure future interdependence and stability, support community-based businesses and schools or knowledge, helps create equal economic self-sufficiency. Conclusion: the future for young youth black males depends on how black men, on black men. Black men have been victims of systematic oppression, but they also hold the power to reverse the damage. Be present in their children's lives if possible, if that's feasible, physically, emotionally, spiritually, if that's feasible. Reject destructive street culture and lead by example. Uplift and protect black women if that's feasible, rather than creating further division if that's feasible. Educate and empower the next generation through mentorship, discipline, and financial interdependence. The strength of the future of young youth black males depend on black men stepping into their rightful roles as fathers, leaders, and protectors. Solutions to empower and protect young youth black males: reversing systemic challenges of the young youth black male faces requires a combination of community action, family restoration, knowledge reform, educational reform, and economic empowerment and cultural healing. Okay, strengthening the black family unit, encouraging 2 or 3 parent households or multiple parent households, promote strong, stable black families where black fathers and mothers, or multiple mothers, you see what I'm saying? Y'all know I'm in this polygyny, you feel me? Work together to raise children. Check out the benefits of polygyny for the black community. Part 1 and 2, check that show out. Check those shows out. Black fatherhood, because that's why we're doing that. Yeah. By the way, check out, make sure you're here for the interview live stream for The Love of Poly. You see what I'm saying? That's going to be a classic example of, a multiple family household, multiple person adult household. And yeah, so we can, see how that's going. So yeah, black fatherhood and male mentorship. Black men must take responsibility for guiding and mentoring young youth black males, whether as fathers, uncles, teachers, and community leaders, if feasible. Healthy relationships between black men and black women, address and heal divisions between black men and women to create better environments and for raising young youth males, black males. Education and knowledge of self, culturally relevant education. Schools and community programs should teach black history, indigenous heritage, and African heritage, and self-identity to build confidence. STEM and trade skills training. Young youth black males need exposure to careers beyond sports and entertainment, including technology, business, and trade skills. Alternative schooling options: more black, indigenous, or black-owned schools, more black-owned schools. Homeschooling network. That's what I prefer. That's what I super prefer. And we got to do a show on that. I don't know why I have to pinpoint that. All right, homeschooling networks and mentorship, or homeschooling co-ops, whatever you can call it, and mentorship academies can help bypass failing public school systems. Financial literacy and business education, teaching young youth black males early about investing, entrepreneurship, and economic self-sufficiency will empower them long-term. Community development and economic empowerment, black-owned businesses and job creation. More black businesses mean more opportunities for young youth black men, young youth black males and men to work, learn, and build wealth. Land and property ownership, land and property ownership, land and property ownership. Encouraging home and land ownership strengthens, get the land first, then do that home shit. Ownership strengthens family and provides long-term stability. Salute to the ones that's already doing it and the ones that's figuring it out. Community-based safe spaces, youth centers, mentorship programs, and trade schools should be established in black neighborhoods to keep young youth black males out of trouble. Just get some land and put all that on the land. Just put all that stuff. Put all of that stuff on. Just put all that on the land. Just get enough of that. Get enough land and put all of it on the land. So then you don't even have to worry about it. Eliminating the school to prison pipeline. End harsh disciplinary policies. For young youth black males are often suspended and expelled unfairly. Schools should focus on mentorship and rehabilitation instead of punishment. Reform policing, reform policing and juvenile systems. Advocate for policy change to reduce racial profiling, excessive sentencing, and over-policing of black youth. Increase black male teachers and mentors. Young youth black males need to see positive male role models in education and leadership. Mental health healing for young youth black males. Therapy and counseling. Normalize therapy for young youth black males to help them process trauma, anger, and emotional struggles. Building healthy masculinity. Teach black men that strength includes emotional intelligence, discipline, and responsibility. Breaking cycles of violence. Community-led incentives should focus on conflict resolution, mentorship, and alternatives to gang culture. Media and culture self-image. Promote positive black male role models. Media, books, and entertainment should highlight black men as leaders, fathers, entrepreneurs, and scholars. Combat negative stereotypes. Reject media that glorifies violence, crime, and destructive behavior among black men. So don't co-sign that shit. But sometimes you gotta use that examples like, God damn, man, you see this shit, man? Like, it's like, damn, when is this shit gonna stop? Check out Neely Fuller. He talk about a lot of this stuff. Way back. Encourage knowledge of self and African heritage. Teaching black boys, young youth black males, their true history gives them pride and a sense of purpose. Political and legal action. Advocate for policy change. Support incentives that address mass incarceration, voting rights, economic equity, and education reform. Support black-owned and community-led organizations. Grassroots movements and black-led organizations must be at the forefront of change. Push for reparations and economic justice, addressing historical injustices through reparations and land ownership and wealth distribution can help close the wealth racial gap. And that means when they get to land, don't start coming to fuck with them. Don't start fucking with their equipment. Don't start fucking with the livestock. Don't start fucking with the soil. Don't start coming to fuck with them. When they do get all the land, they do get everything. Conclusion. The future is in our hands. The empowerment of black boys requires a collective of young black youth males, collective effort from black men, black women, educators, policymakers, and community leaders by focusing on family unity, economic power, education, and self-awareness. Young youth black males can break free from systemic traps and thrive as future leaders, builders, and protectors of the community. The role, this last little bit, and we wrapping it up. The role of elders and the challenges. The role of elders and the challenges and solutions for Black males. Elders, whether community leaders, grandparents, teachers, or spiritual guides, have traditionally been the backbone of Black communities. This role has shifted over time due to systemic disruptions, cultural shifts, and generational gaps. The analysis of the elders' contribution positively and negatively. The positive role of elders in Black communities. Historically, elders played a critical role in guiding and protecting the younger generation, teaching culture and knowledge of self. Before colonialism, slavery, African or indigenous societies place high value on elders as keepers of history, culture, and traditions. Elders taught Black young youth males discipline, responsibility, and pride in their identity, ensuring that knowledge was passed down. Building strong families and communities. Grandparents and older generations often help raise children, ensuring a stable family structure. Elders acted as mentors in disputes and role models for young men navigating manhood. Leading the fight against oppression, Black elders were at the forefront of the civil rights movement, advocating for change and protecting the next generation. Many elder activists, educators, and religious leaders have worked tirelessly to uplift young youth Black males through education and knowledge and mentorship. The unintentional role of elders in the decline of young youth Black males. While elders once held strong influence, several factors led to the decline in their leadership roles in the Black community. The breakdown of the Black family during slavery, Jim Crow, etc. Black families were forcibly separated, weakening the role of elders in raising and mentoring the youth. The rise of single-parent households often left elders overburdened, or disconnected from raising young youth Black males properly. The shift away from traditional guidance. The influence of elders declined as modern culture, especially street culture, media, and external forces became more dominant in shaping young Black youth males. As younger generations reject traditions, many elders lost authority and stopped enforcing discipline and moral guidance. Lack of preparation for systemic challenges. Some elders, despite of hold on. All right. Some elders, despite their wisdom, do not adequately prepare younger generations for the ongoing racial and economic struggles young Black youth face today. The focus on religious faith and resilience was important, but it often did not come with economic strategies or political action needed to compete in modern systems. Internalized fear and passivity. Some elders, due to years of oppression and trauma, adapted the mindset of submission, teaching young youth Black males to quote unquote stay out of trouble, quote unquote, instead of teaching them to fight back strategically. The transition from civil rights era to modern times saw some elders retreat from activism, leaving young youth Black males without strong warrior figures to look up to. Solutions: how elders can reclaim their role. The wisdom and experience of elders are still essential for the empowerment of young youth Black males. restoring the role of elders in the black in family and community, intergenerational mentorship programs, create spaces where elders actively mentor young black youth males in schools, churches, community centers, grandparents, and extended family involvement. Encourage elders to take an active role in their raising and disciplining their grandchildren. Encouraging marriage and family stability. Elders should advise younger generations on relationships, helping restore strong black families. Teaching knowledge of self and true history. Reject Eurocentric education and teach real black history. Elders should teach young black males, youth black males, about indigenous African civilization leaders and contributions to counter whitewashed history, spiritual, cultural, and self-identity. Teachings should be emphasized outside of the school system. Reintroducing rites of passage. In indigenous and or African traditions, boys went through rites of passage to become men, learning discipline, leadership, and survival skills. Elders can create modern versions of these traditions to properly prepare young black youth males and for adulthood. Encouraging economic and political empowerment. Teach financial literacy and business ownership. Many elders failed to pass down wealth building knowledge, but they can still teach younger generations about investing, land ownership, and entrepreneurship. Black elders should guide young men on how to build wealth, generational wealth, not just how to quote unquote work hard. Advocate for political and legal change. Elders who experienced past struggles must teach young black males how to fight against modern oppression through activism, law, and policy. So study law and policy and learn the loopholes. Community leaders should train the next generation to control their own neighborhoods, businesses, and resources. Community leaders should train the next generation to control their holding black men accountable. Black elders must challenge the glorification of street culture, violence, and materialism by teaching young black men how to be true leaders and builders. Instead of just condemning younger generations, elders must actively step in to guide and uplift them with real solutions if feasible. Conclusion, you gotta be the example too though. The elders' responsibility in restoring the black youth male. Elders once played a powerful role in shaping the black young youth males into strong, disciplined men. The decline of their influence has contributed to the struggle of young youth black males face today. However, it's not too late for elders to reclaim their position as teachers, protectors, and guides. By restoring the black family values passed down, true knowledge, and enforcing discipline, elders can change the trajectory of young black males. Elders must recognize that their voices and wisdom are still powerful tools to fight back, tools in the fight for black empowerment. If black elders, men and women, unite to raise and guide young youth black males properly, they can break the cycle of destruction and create future and strength, leadership, and prosperity. This is the last stuff, and we are done for the day. The role of knowledge of self in empowering young youth black males. Knowledge of self is one of the most powerful weapons against systematic destruction of a young youth black male. When a young youth black male understands who he is, where he comes from, and his inherent value, he is far less likely to fall into traps of self-destruction, criminalization, and societal manipulation. Knowledge of self builds confidence and identity, breaking mental chains. Many young youth black males are raised in a society that teaches them they are inferior, violent, or destined for failure. Knowing their true history and greatness counteracts negative stereotypes and empowers them to walk with pride and purpose. The importance of African or indigenous and or black history. Instead of identifying with rappers, athletes, and gangsters as their role models, they start seeing themselves as kings, warriors, builders, and intellects. When young youth black males learn about powerful indigenous civilizations such as Kush, Mali, Burkina Faso right now, you know what I'm saying, and leaders like Mansa Musa, Malcolm X, etc., or Ibram Traore right now, currently, like right now, they develop a sense of pride. Knowledge, knowing your true enemy and allies. Many young youth black males blindly trust systems that were designed to oppress them. Schools, police, media, government. With knowledge of self, they learn how to navigate these systems wisely, avoiding traps like the school-to-prison pipeline, gang life, and financial exploitation. Knowledge of self encourages discipline and manhood, rejecting victimhood and taking responsibility. A young black male with knowledge of self doesn't blame others for his failures. He seeks solutions and takes responsibility for his actions. He rejects excuses and instead focuses on self-empowerment, strength, and growth. Mastering emotional control and avoiding traps. Many young youth black males are taught to react emotionally, fight over petty disputes, argue over disrespect, act impulsively, that's what you're seeing with the plumber dude, you know what I'm saying? That's the dude that's the plumber guy. Knowledge of self teaches emotional intelligence, allowing young youth black males to think before they act and avoid deadly or life-altering mistakes. Learning true manhood and leadership. Society promotes toxic masculinity, violence, hypersexuality, materialism, and as the standard for young youth black males. True masculinity is rooted in knowledge of self. It is about discipline, wisdom, protection, and building legacy. Knowledge of self creates economic and educational freedom. Education beyond the classroom. School teaches a Eurocentric version of history. Often ignoring black contributions to civilization, science, and philosophy. Young youth black males with knowledge of self seek real education and knowledge, studying books on finance, black history, or indigenous history, entrepreneurship, and political strategy. Breaking the consumer mindset. Young youth black males fall into the trap of materialism, spending money on luxury brands while remaining financially unstable. Knowledge of self teaches the importance of financial interdependence, investing, and wealth building, entrepreneurship, and self-sufficiency. Instead of relying on jobs that won't hire them, young youth black males should learn skills, trades, and business ownership. With knowledge of self, they focus on building wealth, buying land, and creating generational stability. Knowledge of self strengthens the Black family and community, respecting Black women and restoring family structures. A young youth Black male with knowledge of self understands the value of Black women and does not degrade or abuse them. He seeks to build a family, not abandon one. If feasible, recognizing that strong families create strong communities, building brotherhood and unity. Instead of seeing other Black men as enemies or competition, knowledge of self promotes collaboration and protection. Young youth Black males stop fighting over petty differences and instead build businesses, mentor each other, and protect their communities. Young youth males, y'all hear that? Of any variety, defending the community. With knowledge of self, young youth Black males realize they are responsible for protecting their people, not harming them. This leads to Black-owned businesses, self-policing, and community-led education, reducing reliance on oppressive systems. The ultimate power of knowledge of self is liberation. Without knowledge of self, young youth Black males are easy targets for destruction. They become prisoners in the system, slaves to entertainment and materialism, consumers instead of owners, divided instead of united. But with knowledge of self, young youth Black males become leaders, not followers, builders, not consumers, warriors, not victims, thinkers, not puppets. Conclusion: knowledge of self is the key to Black liberation, the solution to the solution to the destruction of young youth Black males is not just money, laws or protests. It starts with the mind. And if a young youth Black male truly knows who he is, the system, no system can break him. Alright, y'all, I hope y'all enjoyed this. I hope y'all got something out of this. Make sure you share this whenever you see this. And Cosmic Mind UV, make sure you're here for the show, March 28th, the live stream /interview. Cosmic Mind UV.